says, there's nothing wrong with the Pistons offense. Everything is good there. But defense, they've got to shore it up, and they've got to get on the defensive glass. Defensive glass.
Tate Murray with the basketball for the Pelicans. Gives to Saddiq Bey. Dana's out to guard him. DeJounte against Tobias. Misses from the corner. Way up for the rebound. Goes to Sar Thompson.
Let's see what this third quarter brings the Pistons. This has been their quarter, folks. Up late.
Assar to the basket.
Sar's offense and kind of downing him. And then there was a caller that called in and say, hey, you do realize he's shooting over 50% on the season. You do realize that his job, first and foremost, is to defend. You do realize that Ben Wallace had the same kind of responsibility, as did Dennis Rodman, and they're both in the Hall of Fame. You do realize that stuff, right?
Good for the next caller. DeAndre Jordan got himself a hoop. He has 4, and the Pistons lead 67-58. Second minute, second half. Kevin Huerter on the perimeter. Got it back. Gives it to JD. And the ball is poked. It is swiped by Jaylen Duren. He'll lob it to Tobias for a jam. Unselfish play by JD. And Tobias with a big smile to say thank you. He now has 9 and 7 rebounds in 19 minutes. Herb Jones against Huerter. DeAndre Jordan snaps a pass to Saddiq Bey. Jones gets it back on the wing and triples. Very effective from that spot. He has a half a dozen. Pistons by 10. 9:38 to play in the third. Tobias against Saddiq. Kevin Huerter to the baseline. Little floating gun goes. Nice touch on the rim. He has a dozen.
Huerter's playing great. Huerter, almost rediscovering himself and the things that he could do. And George, sometimes it's a matter of being with a different group of guys. Sure. That can help bring that out.
I mean, thought of Prime is happy with the look he got. DeJounte Murray stops and fires. No. Rebound JD looking way up the court for Assar and gets Assar a slam.
Touchdown.
And the Pistons now lead by 14. That's 2 touchdowns. They're up 75-61.
JD had just enough air on that ball to get it out over the top of 2 defenders back.
Backdoor cut. Jones and a deuce. Got the ball from DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan with 2 assists. Tobias bounces it deep to JD, try to get it back for the nice lob.
Minnesota
and OKC are next, away from the friendly confines of downtown Detroit. Saddiq Bey gives it up to Murray, clocks at 4. Murray in front to Zion, blocked by JD, tries again and scores it.
Is there any doubt that he'd get that second one?
He was going back after it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
76-65 Pistons. JD to the basket. Running Glasser's good.
And was bumped on that play a little bit by big DeAndre Jordan.
He has 22. DeJounte Murray against Huerter. Clock at 14. From in front, sends it and scores it. He's got a nice touch. A dozen for Murray on 5 out of 11. Kevin Huerter, wide of the lane, running high glass gun, goes. Kevin Huerter doing it from everywhere now. He has 14, and he's 6 out of 9. DeAndre Jordan deep to Zion, and he hit Assar on the way up. Trouble, but it wasn't. Tobias against Murray. Takes him to the lane, fires, no. One-arm rebound to Jordan. Murray to the basket on the other end, flicked away by Tobias. Like a mosquito. Get that out of here. DeAndre Jordan Gives it up to DeJounte Murray. Topside Sadiq Bey, sideline Herb Jones. Jacks up a three and it's through. How about that?
Good. That looked good the moment it left his hand.
Confident shooter from distance. Jones has 11, 8 of them here in the third. Pistons by 8 now. JD goes behind the back. Tried to get to the basket against DeAndre Jordan, who blocked his pass. Jones with the basketball. Jones down the lane. Gives it up to Jordan. Murray fires, going to be short to Tobias. DeJounte Murray's miss is the Pistons' possession. Tobias with an up fake, drew contact, hit it, count that baby, and a foul. Sadiq Bey will put Tobias Harris on the free throw line.
Well, Tobias is having another Tobias-like game, you know, just so very patient and obviously crafty. Pump fake, Sadiq buys it. He's got 8 rebounds to go along with his 11 points, a chance at 12. He has 5 assists, so he's playing the complete game. And he's doing it within the confines of the team's offensive scheme.
Tobias at the line, buries the free throw.
Nice.
Like one of his idols, Adrian Dantley did.
Adrian, did he ever miss a free throw?
I don't remember any.
He'd squeeze that ball and rub it and caress it, and then next thing you know, it's falling out the net.
Yep. Jones to the baseline. Jones to the lane. Jones fires. It's going to be wide. Herter with a rebound. Kevin Herter to forecourt. Snaps the pass cross court to Tobias. Deep it goes to Paul Reed. Lays it up. Lays it in. And James Borrego, the coach of the Pelicans, will take a timeout. In the backcourt. Williamson against Tobias. Zion dribbles that shot clock down to 7. Starts his drive and forces some contact.
You know,
Paul Reed got the foul. Officially his 4th. Missed a couple of free throws. He's 5 for 9 from the line. Marcus Sasser against Fears. Rises in the lane, guns no. Ripped down rebound, Jordan Hawkins. Zion on the sideline.
Oh, Marcus Sasser's going to need help.
Herter came to double. Hawkins
Kevin
back
Herter's
to
going to need
Herter's
help.
got it by himself. Herbert Jones in the corner. Way outside for Hawkins, and he triples. Hawkins, first round draft choice in 23 out of UConn, makes it 85-75.
They're shooting the same thing from three-point land as they are from the free throw line. The Pelicans playing a zone now.
Tobias against Fears, way too big for him. Herter way outside for a long gun, it goes! Kevin Herter connects from way downtown. He has 17, folks, starting with a banged-up Duncan Robinson. Bruised up, I should say. Miss from outside. Rebound Tobias Harris off the Jones miss. Tobias gives it up to Paul Reed. Gets it back, he's double teamed. Deep bounce in the direction of Herter. Knocked away and out of bounds by Zion Williamson. Javonte Green will check in for the Pistons. For Tobias, who's sneaking up on triple-double type numbers. He has 9 rebounds and 7 assists to go with his 12 points.
I'd like to see one of them get it. Either him or...
That really stands out.
Sure does. Fears to the basket quickly on the New Orleans end, though, to start the 4th.
You know, you talk about concentration and being able to sustain it and not have letdowns. Pistons were dominating that third quarter. And then what about a minute and a half ago, they let go of the reins, and that's when the Pelicans were able to get back in this game.
Kevin Herter with a confident long gun. He now has 20. That's his high as a Piston. That was a big-time basket.
It sure was.
It was a 4-point game before that. Fears with a screen from Queen. Fears from the lane, missed the shot, lands on the floor, and he has drawn a foul.
These are usually shots that Duncan Robinson would get, but no Duncan Robinson tonight. Kevin Huerter starting in his place and really flourishing. And the Pelicans missed 2 more free throws.
They're now 9 for 22.
They'd be in the lead if they were just a little bit better.
Huerter to JD, corner to Javonte Green, and he buries a 3. Pistons by 10, 98-88. Second minute, fourth quarter here in downtown Detroit. Fears to Saddiq Bey. Queen fights his way to the basket and scores from in front with that big body into everybody. We got him at 6'9", 250. He's got to be bigger than that. I'll buy the 6'9". I'm not buying the 250. Here's Jaylen Duren to the basket on the Piston end. Scores it off the square. 2 dozen for JD.
On 10 shots.
Yeah.
On 10 shots.
Saddiq Bey to Queen. Queen working the baseline against Javonte Green.
Easy. The right way.
Let's see, cross courts to Bey. Saddiq Bey's 3 is in and out. Rebounded by Jaylen Duren. He and Kevin Huerter fought over that rebound.
By the way, Jaylen Duren now up to 7 assists.
JD to the basket. He could be on triple-double watch with 9 and 35 to play. He draws.
Then how he played to get to the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Since the All-Star game.
Since the All-Star break.
Turned it up.
He's been JD plus. Dana's called for a foul in backcourt. Guarding Fears. Fears to the foul line. Saddiq Bey backs in on Ron Holland into the deep corner, and a miss from there by Queen. Pistons. Kevin Huerter lays it behind him for JD and a jam. What a Piston play right there. Showing the brotherhood. Queen to the basket on the other end, misses the running hook. Ron Holland wrestles the rebound away from the big man. Give me that ball. Hustle man behind the back. In the corner for Marcus Sasser, and a 3! It was Danis. And I'm happy for him.
This is an explosion from
Saddiq Bey for the Pelicans. Matkovic gives it back to Saddiq. Saddiq to the basket off the glass. No, tap won't go, but the second one does for Matkovic. Pistons 107, the Pelicans 92. 8:15 to play. Jaylen Duren off to Javonte Green. Huerter from the wing for 3. Fine rebound for Ron Holland. He was yanked down by Fears. Marcus Sasser outside against Fears. Huerter's pass tapped away and swiped by Zion. Zion Williamson high to Matkovic, and he lays it in.
Man, that's pretty good.
Didn't jam it, but he could have.
He could. I don't know. He's so far underneath that backboard. I thought he was going to crash into it with his arms and mess the whole thing up.
You could be right. JD to the basket for a dynamite dunk. That's a look out below dunk. 30 for Jaylen Duren. Saddiq Bey backs on Huerter. Good D by Kevin Huerter. The shot won't fall.
Cade is out there when you look at some of those numbers.
By the way, another 30-point game for JD. It's his 8th career 30-point game.
7 of them this year.
Yeah. Herbert Jones takes the pass outside for New Orleans. Matkovic shovels it back to Jones. Jones to the foul line, fires, it won't fall. Rebound battered around and controlled by Javonte Green. Danis Jenkins in forecourt. Sideline to Kevin Huerter. Foul line of Javonte Green. Swipe by Fears. Fears to the basket. Missed the shot. Drew a foul. The Pistons lead. 6:49 to play. Ball reads in for JD. Ball Reed hooks it deep to Danis. Missed it. Trying to flush it on the follow was Asar Thompson. Assist for Danis Jenkins. He's been on a tear. But I think those numbers are who he is.
Yeah.
Not numbers from a red-hot guy. Dynamite dunk there by Zion Williamson to make it 111-98 Pistons, 6:15 left. Danis Jenkins to the lane, gives it up to Asar, in front to Paul Reed, sideline to Danis, and Danis delivers from downtown. He has 19. Herb Jones into the corner to Matkovic. Matkovic runs up a hook and hits it. These teams trading hoops right now, halfway through the fourth. Pistons up 14. Kevin Huerter to the basket, lays it up, lays it in. Kevin Huerter has 22. Fears trying to get baseline. Ball ends up in the hands of Matkovic, misses the three. Kevin Huerter to Asar Thompson. Pistons come to forecourt. 5:20 left in the third. They lead 116-100. Javonte Green, who once played for the Pelicans, bounces it inside for Huerter. Gonna have to shoot it. He does. Beat the buzzer. Drained the deuce. Kevin Huerter doing everything right. 118-100. Murray to the basket. Bothered on the shot by Paul Reed and Danis. And a reach around grab foul called on forecourt, leading by 18. Paul Reed hands to Danis. Danis Jenkins to the lane. Sideline of Javonte Green, the triple try, bang! It's through for go shooting. Zion to the other end, bowled his way to the basket for a dunk. Zion Williamson with 21. They're going to take that basket away from Kevin Huerter and call it a shot clock violation. Oh, that's too bad. It's a great play. Huerter on the perimeter. Huerter with a jumper. Rims away, but Paul Reed has the rebound. Tried to go back up with it, and he was grabbed and fouled. Queen. He's been there once or twice, I believe.
Who hasn't?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know anybody who hasn't. 121-102. Paul Reed free throw. Jumper from the top by Jones, won't drop. Asar with a rebound, 3.5 to play. Asar to the basket against Queen, knocked down. Queen will help him up.